Can we just go back and actually listen to the point that I made in this video? Because it feels a bit unreasonable that I don't even get to finish my point, and I'm getting called duplicitous and playing those.
Christ, he did that to me the entire stream.
We've come to
Okay, to be fair, I didn't say anything after that. I just kept watching the video.
Chud responded again, and I think we're going to show. First of all, he came clean with a lie. His response to that was, so what? And we got him actually, we forced him not to cherry pick. I made the first video I made, was it last week I made it? What was the first one when it came out?
I think it's like 4 or 5
the first
days
one
ago.
came out, and then he responded to it on stream by not addressing the two big things, the Bobax things and the Turkey Tom thing. So I was like super enthused when I found out he addressed it, and he addressed it angrily. He's really he's very, very angry with me. In fact, one of the things I've noticed is, you know, they're using this line like, oh man, you can't take the banks. It was just a joke. It's just a joke. Well, the same things that I was suspicious of not being a joke are pretty much the same things they're saying about me now. He's stupid. What now? It's CTE. You know, I always thought he had an issue with soldiers. By the way, that's kind of funny you brought that up. It's the same thing. So what am I to believe? Is he joking now, or was he joking then? I don't think he was joking then. Call me crazy. We did skim through it. I did skim through it, but we want to do live reaction. And Ginny, what was your take?
There's just too much pausing for me, honestly. It took forever to get through like the first 10 minutes of the video, or of your video.
Mm-hmm.
And it just got to a point where I was like, this is shit. I just need to stop.
Chud did 2 hours and 18 minutes on a 25 minute video. I don't know, you just answered what I said, but he's all over the place. Most of the time just calling me names, which is fine, because to me, the name calling is a call to kind of gin up the crowd, to get me mauled, so to speak. So I'll just go away. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I messed with Chud Logic. Jesus, all these people hate me. And that to me just means shut up. When I hear shut up, don't embarrass yourself, that's perfectly funny too. Because if you take like, I saw it funny, Dicker said, Dicker said something to the effect, you're getting totally mauled in your own Discord. Yeah, that's like winning. I'm paraphrasing Dickers. I apologize. I mean, you'd have to think that I'm trying to win something. I'm not. I'm trying to provoke something. And I think I've done it pretty much successfully. I'm trying to provoke a different view on Chud Logic. Through his pattern of behavior, I think he's a snake. I think he's shown many things. And one of the things that got lost is, I just got the phone with Kraut and T, who may have been bad empanaded. So he's under investigation by the Austrian government. The overwhelming odds. I mean, it's not 100%. It's probably bad empanada. And I think whoever made that complaint is going to be sorry, especially if it's an Austrian citizen. But Kraut told me that Chud was pestering him, and he thought it was weird. He did it once or twice about getting Sergeant of Akkad's DMs. He said, can you give me his DMs? Can you give him his DMs? I'm sorry. That's a snake move, even if you don't know the guy. That is snaky as going up to Willie Mack saying, hey, buddy, why don't you come on the show? Oh, I see you're crashing out. Do you want to defend yourself? Yeah, Willie thought, yeah, you're trying to retard wrangle me. You're not my friend. I'm content to you. Chud's content to everybody's content to Chud. And if you have a problem with that, that's fine. But, don't sit there and lecture me on what a good guy is, how fair he is. Chud likes to live in the image of fairness. He doesn't want to be fair. He plays dumb, and he gets angry when you point it out. And to all those people that, say I got to go on and talk to him, may I point you to harmful opinions when he just screams and yells at them the whole time? No. And then from what I understand in the video, he wants me to come on the show, and then says to do it privately. And I guess at the point, I was like the 217 point, right? He says, well, I'm not talking to 218. I'm not talking to that guy anyway. So he's all over the place. So he's really fishing for a win. And I don't care how much you call me a pussy, especially like if it's coming from Beaker Queeman himself or him. Them calling me a pussy has like zero effect. I think Chud's a sad sack of shit. I think a lot of people in this business, it's really a revenge of the nerd situation. I mean, what is Chud? Is he a left-wing intellectual that is really sharp commentary on drama? Or is he really just a pathetic guy that doesn't live with his kids, that is trolling for bussy on his time, on his off time? And that's what I think he's trying to cover up. I mean, I think you'll see in this video, he looks like a kid that got caught. And when he gets caught, he says, well, so what? Who cares anyway? And I want to point out, too, in his first response, I mean, you would think that he came out the night of the New Year's stream and said, yeah, fuck blowbacks, which, okay, there's nothing I could say about that. You might say, yeah, now he's saying fuck blowbacks, but that was a second response. And I am really happy what that second video did. It got exactly out of him what I wanted to. Can I win this war? No. Who thinks I can win? It's just simply a numbers game. It's a popularity dick measuring contest. But what I can do is plant a seed. What I can do is get the commentary community, as far as commentators, because I'm a YouTuber's YouTuber, to look at Chud. And when somebody wants to work with him, they can go back on everything that I say and check out. Like, this guy might not be trustworthy. Yeah, Tommy C is a water-brained conspiracy theorist, but he did drop the thing on Bobax. And Bobax is a complete piece of shit, but maybe that's why he did it. So if I tell him something personal, or he's told to keep quiet about something, and I am no more viable to him, I'll just drop it on him. But I think what other people will see, and probably will humor him and tell him, oh, no, it's no big deal. Yeah, you could have leaked on Bobax. I'm telling you shit, bro. That's what I think is going to happen. So, look. There's nothing wrong with looking for pussy on the internet, or man pussy, or whatever it is. There's nothing wrong with it. But it really makes him look like a sad sack of shit. There is something wrong with snaking your friends and pretending publicly that you're all right with them. There is something wrong with saying nasty shit about people and then turning around and hiding. Hey, come on, you can't take criticism? You can't take the jokes? Well, how come your jokes are no different from before and after I fucking called you out? Simple. You never liked me. You never respected me, and you don't respect anybody else. This is a climbing job for you, and it always will be. Dude, just call Chud. And all right, I'm gonna say this just like once, maybe later in the show. I would look like the biggest hypocrite in the world. I just called this guy a snake. I just said he was Chud-worthy. What do you think? This is some kind of communication problem? He said he didn't want to call me because he doesn't have a problem with me. The only reason that he'd want me on the show is to pull a harmful opinion stunt. This is all about getting the win. If I talk to him in any capacity, that would mean like I would get criticized by, wait, you just called the guy a snake and now you're cool with him? Look, what are we going to debate? Character? I think you're a bad person. No, I'm not. What do you think we're going to get to the bottom of? Now, I know I might be robbing you of your content, but I don't really care about that. This is unresolvable. I think he's a snake, and I'm going to stand by it. And something tells me, what was the word they were using last year? Vindication will come one day. I don't think that you can continue to be this kind of snake and somebody snitch on you eventually. Somebody's going to snitch on you. Look, he's going to blow himself up. He's blown himself up before, and it's going to happen again. So I really don't care. What I'm going to be doing over the next coming years is I'm going to look out when he, does a Willie Mack. When he says, this is ridiculous, but there's a good point here. But you don't understand because this is really good nuance. You don't understand nuance. The YouTuber's word to deflect from explaining anything. This is really nuanced commentary. Nuanced commentary. I mean, are you kidding me? This is a guilty pleasure. So here's what we're going to do. From what I understand, to the Willie Mack part of my 25-minute video, it takes over an hour. Over an hour. That's it. That's amazing. In this time, we got him to address the points that he deliberately avoided in the first video, and we got him to admit to a lie. So, what else are you lying about? Yeah, it's a little fib. Yeah, it's about a bad person. And what was the lie? I know what the lie is. I didn't know. There's a pattern there. I didn't know. Everything comes down to, I don't know. What's going on?
It's crazy, mate.
You're
It's
crazy.
fucking insane.
I don't know. It's like maybe. Hey, no, that's what you do. You say, yeah, Chud, I think you do know. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're water brain. You're crazy.
You're raped, mate. You're fucking raped.
I don't know much about the Stardust drama. I don't know anything about it. But from what somebody told me today, that was the initial excuse there too. I didn't know. Chud never knows until he's forced to talk about something. Take harmful opinions. Take anything where he's actually challenged on. Then it goes into meltdown mode. And then he hopes to fucking God that his audience tries to chase people off the internet. Well, look, it's just fucking mean text to me. I really don't care. It's going to happen pretty much now for a long time to come. I'm also encouraging people to find, because here's what I think with the seed I'm planting, I think you're going to start to see it over time. Chud is not going to change his ways. He's going to snake people, say rotten stuff about him, and hide behind bants and jokes. He is going to he's going to continue. He's going to see if he has enough cloud capital to go after somebody and then turn on them. He's going to continue to do that, and he's also going to continue to present things by both sides of his mouth. This is stupid, but there's something to it. It's either stupid or it's not. And if there is something to it, you got to explain. Chud doesn't do that. He just says it's nuanced. It's funny. I mean, think about this for a second. Let's say Chud I am everything that Chud said. I'm making things up. I'm completely out of my mind. I'm crazy. I believe in conspiracy theories. I'm CTE damaged. Let's pretend that's the case. Is the normal reaction to that, my God, mate? Oh no, what's the matter with you? Or is it, fuck you, dude. I was nice to you, man. Fuck off. Fuck the fuck off. Unless I really did make an impact. I mean, that would be fuck. I've been nice to you for months. I've been sending people over here for months, and you sit there and call me a snake. That's the normal reaction. Not, yeah, you're right about this, but you're not right about everything else. He's just an extremely insecure guy. The only thing he has is YouTube. He's done quite well at it, and he's protecting his identity at all costs. Otherwise, if he was secure, if he was like actually thrown off by this, if he actually thought it came out of nowhere, he'd be like, fuck that guy, dude. I was nice to that guy. It's not what he did. He played defense. When defense is apparent, defense wouldn't be necessary if I was that retarded. Sorry. And I'm not the only one that thinks it. I'm just the only one willing to say it.
I mean, I don't really have much to add.
Okay.
Oh, that's one hell of a way to start.
First, I'm cool, calm, and collected. I don't care that much. Now, actually, if he'd have just said that, probably the whole thing would go away. Does he get right into it here?
He said you're a coward if you don't watch it. Well, then is he a coward for not watching my video? I mean, how does this work exactly?
Context.
Like, what the
He said I'm a coward if I don't watch it. No, I said you specifically didn't watch it. So to avoid the issue.
Dude, okay, you're gonna fuck.
Boy, it worked on you better than me. I haven't given into this shit yet. You should have ignored it.
Why is this new fucking paradigm where it's apparently noble to not talk to someone now? What the fuck is that about, dude? It's fucking deranged.
If the person, I mean, like I said, I would look a total hypocrite if I called you a snake, disingenuous, not trustable, and then I trusted you with a private or public conversation. That would be just stupid. It would actually mean that I don't mean what I'm saying. I do. There's going to be no resolution here. I absolutely mean I am absolutely sure in the coming years that this is going to be undeniable.
How am I running, bro? I've said I'll have a conversation. Bro, I said I will have a conversation with you. I said I'll have a conversation. How is that running? Yes, Tommy's good.
I don't want one. I never.
Thing is, like,
I don't want a conversation. I don't care what you do with the video. I don't care if you watch it. He said you're a coward. He's completely and totally captured by his audience. He said you're a coward. Who cares if they called you a coward, Chud? I've been called a coward for the past 24 hours in near hundreds of tweets. Who fucking cares? You're insecure.
Going fucking insane. He's done another stream and bro, I'll talk to him right now. I'll talk to him right now. Bro, why am I going to react to him talking about me?
So he doesn't want to do it. That's how he started? So the first video he reacts to, he deliberately avoids the major talking points, the Bobax lie, that turns out to be a lie, and the Turkey Tom thing. He concentrates deliberately on why didn't you call me a pedo, which I never did. I basically said you came along with baggage, and the people you're snaking now are the same people that were accepted your baggage. Now, my now famous quote, "Look the other way," which has been twisted 100 times, but fine. That's fine. I'll live with that one. Why are you mad?
Also, like, why would you want to talk to
Chud,
someone that called you a pedophile?
Yeah, that's a good
According
thing
to
too.
you, according to you, Chud, Tommy called you a pedophile.
Yeah.
So what the fuck would you want to talk?
Inferred. Let's be fair to Chud. I inferred that he's a pedophile.
Inferred.
You're not a pedophile. Why would you want to talk to me? I'm completely bad faith. Or are you bad faith?
To me talking about him after he spoke about my content. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. I'm not afraid to fucking talk to anyone, bro. I'll talk to him if he wants. I'm just not gonna watch his.
So he got totally trolled by he got totally trolled by his audience.
His eyes forced
I
him to
never
watch it,
asked
yeah.
him for a debate. I specifically said there would be no debate because you're bad faith. Well, actually, the first one is just in case you are. Now I'm 100% sure. I never made this demand. I don't want it now. And from what I understand, it flips back and forth. I'll do it now to the end. I'll never do it. Okay.
His video.
Never do it. I don't care. I don't like you. I think you're a bad guy. I think you're a snake. And I'm going to keep watching your content to find out when you get a similar type Willie take. When you speak out both sides of your mouth. I hope to make a big supercut of that one day.
Dude, how am I the one that's fucking scared when he's there with this fucking retarded parasocial audience, desperately fucking
I got to be honest with you. That is the pot calling the kettle back. I'm sure I have some parasocial people, but holy fuck. Holy fuck.
out about me, refusing to talk to me because he thinks I'm a snake.
Yeah.
And also, apparently, what was the other thing? He didn't like how I spoke about him in a video.
Look, like I said before, I don't really care about the way he spoke about me. I care the way he spoke about me because we were fucking friends. And again, I defy you to watch that particular video and come away with, is that the way a friend talks about you? He says the same things then that he says now.
So he doesn't want to talk to me. I mean, it's fine, but it's just pathetic. It's totally pathetic. Just fucking have a conversation. What's your problem, bro?
If it's online, it'll be we're just going for the W. It won't be a legitimate conversation. You showed that you can't have a conversation with harmful opinions. You just started screaming like an idiot. You're the gay Riddler. You're the gay Riddler. When he had a minor difference of opinion to you. And by the way, I see this all the time in your chats as well. You'll bring up a political point, and if one guy in the chat, you're like, "What are you retarded?" This is a pattern with you. You can even go back to one of my old interviews when I bust his balls a little bit, and he gets super defensive. I don't want to have a conversation with you. I never asked for one. I think you want a conversation so you can make this, kind of content farm the thing. I'm not going to help you content farm. I didn't help you do it when Queeman was fishing around slasher stuff, and Willie didn't help you do it. I'm not going to help you do it now.
I don't understand why you can't just have a conversation about it instead of this stupid, talking about each other on our stream.
I think it's a really snaky thing to do to go and try to get Sargon and Bakad's DMs. I think it's a really snaky thing to do to kind of like, hey, Willie Mack, you're crashing out over here. I think it's really snaky to content farm him. Content farming your friends, I think, is like the worst thing you can do. I think it's a real snaky thing to do to present Queeman and Jay Stalk's version of Willie Mack's video and say, hey, they have a point there. And as soon as Nick DiOrio tweets that Willie did a good job in his, 5-on-1 debate, that you completely shift gears. I don't want to talk to you. I don't even know why are you listening to these people? Why? Who cares what they think? I don't care what's going on right now.
I don't understand what has happened.
Oh, no!
You can't just have a conversation anymore.
He's never done this before.
Idea
I have no idea. I don't get it.
Snake shit.
I have no idea.
I'm a snake, so I can't be spoken to.
I don't get this.
I
don't get why he said what he said. I don't get why people are complaining. I don't get why everybody's upset. He never understands. Play dumb, have somebody call it out, get angry.
Stop playing silly buggers and pull up the... Okay. Okay, send me the timestamp, we'll watch it. Fine, we'll watch it. Queeman wins.
Cleveland wins. That's
They just got fucking one guy.
Yeah, you got fucking one guy.
By his own stream.
You got one guy by his own stream. Actually, it was a Queeman. If you wanted to help him out, maybe he didn't. Oh, I wait to see that one develop over the next couple months. Maybe he didn't. The smartest thing for him to do is like, I was nice to that guy. I'm not a fucking snake. Here's what happened. He deliberately didn't address the points of the first video, right? He deliberately did it. And then he felt the pressure here.
Queeman's won again. Go on, send it through. Let's have a look. Go on.
He's going to be the death of you.
Go on, send it through. Let's have a look.
By the way, blame me for this because I knew he was going to choke. And he'll cover me again, I promise.
But I'm not doing this again. It's done after this. I'm not doing any more of this stupid fucking reacception shit. Okay? I'm sick of it, bro. I'm sick of it. After this, if he wants to talk...
So sick of it. 2 hours and you're sick of it? Really?
We can have a conversation, okay?
Chud, let's make this here. I think you are a disingenuous, bad faith, backstabbing loser that trolls for boy pussy or whatever the fuck it is you do. It's okay to be LGBTQ. I just want to make sure of that. And this is your entire identity. And I pressured you into this when you could have just went, fuck off. Because you're worried.
Queeman has won again. Queeman's secret tricks against me have worked.
Yeah, might have. Probably more than you think. If he's so fearless and not a coward, why hasn't he criticized Ethan Klein like he said he wanted to? You know, the chains were broken, right? But what happened when he did that? He got in a huddle with Nick and said, I can't talk about it because it will only create drama. And I'm a coward? I thought you had some real nuanced commentary on how Ethan Klein isn't the greatest person there. Has he covered that since?
But hey, Tom, he said it's boring, so it's fine.
Oh, it's boring now.
Yeah, he doesn't care. It's
after
boring.
His little sneak disc of Nick, now it's boring. Well, didn't he tell me in that same video, if you don't like covering this stuff, which, by the way, he's correct, cover something else?
What is all this shit? What is all this fucking bullshit about me running scared, right? Because I'm not going to watch his fucking retarded video.
Then don't watch it. Don't watch it. I told you, I don't care if you watch it. Don't watch it. Oh, your audience captured. So I was right about that too?
And I've been fucking pressured into it by retards in chat. And he's not even going to watch my response and go over my arguments. Dude, this is what is so...
Why I didn't... I'll tell you why I didn't. Because you didn't go over mine. You actually avoided the ones I made it. The Turkey Tom, the Bobacks. But now you have to do it.
It is cherry picked.
Yeah, now you have to do it.
Fucking ridiculous about this whole thing.
Gotcha.
Right? He is sat there in a fucking drunken rage, presumably, right?
Sure.
Banging on about...
Isn't that what he used to say about me when we were friends?
Well, that was just Bants, man.
It's kind of just the Bants. But now it's literal, right? Now it's just the Bants, or before it was just the Bants. Okay.
Credibility attacks, okay, right? Because I fucking said Nicholas Diorio was sucking off Ethan Klein, right? All he's done is make fucking credibility attacks against me. All he's done...
Yeah, and I actually provided evidence for it. Yeah, I do. The evidence is your pattern of behavior. You don't attack... Like, look, I think Ethan... You don't go, Nicky Doria's wrong about this. You say he's sucking off, and you don't give an example. So I said you dropped the Bobacks thing, and my example was it didn't make any sense that you didn't know. It doesn't make any sense. Queeman tried to defend you, but we find out later that it's a lie because Aiden said, I specifically told him, I remember telling him that this was private information. Then I don't know for sure. I think Nick told you we're leaving that part out. Alex Gekmo, the guy who was A-logging Bobacks, let that out. So you wait for the New Year's stream, the biggest one, and drop it. And then when you're called on it, you say, I didn't know. Nick immediately says, that wasn't supposed to come out in the video, in the stream. 6 months later, who gives a fuck? Well, that's my allegation. Point one for me.
He's making the credibility attacks against me and not addressing my arguments. And not addressing my...
Can you believe the balls of this guy saying not addressing my arguments when his first reply literally avoided mine? The balls of this guy. That's, by the way, that's like the whole joke right there. We're going to pretend... We know you watched the video. We're going to pretend not to watch it. Like you pretended not to see mine.
Fucking arguments. Bro, the bridge is already fucking gone. The bridge is already gone. You know?
Good.
Tommy C got fucking mind raped by Queeman so hard.
Yes.
He's put about fucking 75% of that onto me, right?
By the way, I just want to point out, when we were friends, that was the bands. He said that too. So what's the difference? Now he's angry. He said that before. So what about now?
Or like no JK?
And, you know...
No JK. No, that was Queeman mind raped you. He said this several times before. JK, now there's no JK. So what? So I was right. You meant it.
It's like he's been seething. He's been seething about all these different issues for months and said nothing to me. And said not a single
Yeah, because I thought you were a snake. I was right.
word to
You even framed this. You even snakily framed this video. You didn't cover what I talked about. You avoided what I talked about.
me, bro. We last spoke 6 months ago, and I said to him that the slasher stuff was overblown and to look over my coverage, and if he didn't fucking agree with it...
Let's go over what he said to me. So we'll go over the DMs that he's talking about. Hey, man, I hope you had a good Christmas. Aiden and Queeman were talking about statements in regards to Slasher and Brittany v. DMs. Some inconsistencies came up in regards to the order of DMs, which has some impact in regards to what happened. Now, he's saying that definitively. He's not saying, hey, Aiden and Queeman will call you now. He's saying that definitively. Would you be interested in hopping on stream tomorrow to talk about this at some point or in the next few days? Or are you busy? I didn't buy this. I didn't buy it at all. A couple days later, I saw, good thing I didn't go on there. Here's what he writes later. Hey, looked it over on stream today. It was overblown criticism. I don't think we need to talk to you on stream about it, but if you look it over, it has any issues, let me know. Here's what he didn't tell you. I called Nick and I say, is this guy fucking with me? And then the next day I get the message. Nick told me that, look, because I was like, is this guy trying to fuck with me? And he was like, look, I don't think so. I'll talk to him. And then the tone change came. And then we were done. So he's leaving one thing out. Hey, I checked into this thing and it was totally overblown. I shot it down. Yeah, when Nick called you and I smelled a rat. Hence why I won't talk to you. I don't think you're good faith. I think you were fishing. This is a very similar conversation that Chud had with Willie Mack. Hey, you look like you're crashing out, buddy. You want to come on and talk about it? It's content farming. He's content farming his friends. My argument, he's not trustworthy. He's not a very good friend. And considering, again, that he's saying the same fucking shit about me that he said when he was my friend, I'm kind of thinking he meant it. Okay? And that's fine. I just don't want to be friends I don't want to be fake friends. I don't want to do this mean girl shit. I like what Queeman does. I like Queeman just comes out and spits it. He's a bad faith fucking bastard, and he'll fuck over anybody get by YouTube. He's never going to help his friends, and he's never going to look as ridiculous as Tommy C, who bends over backwards for him. That's a quote, all right? And here's what I want to tell you guys right now. Sub to Queeman right now, because here's the thing. He's going to give it to you straight. If that's the kind of stuff you want, if you don't want the fence riding bullshit, if you don't want somebody to sit there and beat around the bush, sub to Queeman 100%, because he's a fucking honest liar. And if that's what you want, Chud is a dishonest liar. Chud is a phony. So that whole thing is like, hey, I saw it on stream. You were trying to trap me on stream with Queeman and Aiden. I'm not a fucking moron. Hence why I won't talk to you. Let's go on.
I mean, what is going on? And apparently there's others that have got problems with me. I don't know if it's group chats. I don't know what it is. Maybe people venting. Maybe people...
Well, you know that's not me. I hate group chats.
And obviously, it puts me in a difficult...
I don't shit talk you in group chats. I go right to the source and I say, this guy's no fucking good. And here's why I think it. Just be clear cut.
Position, because I'm not a snake and I don't want to start leaking DMs. Unlike fucking Tommy C, who decided to leak a bunch of Nicholas Diorio DMs over a fucking green M&M fucking woman or whatever it was.
We're gonna bring that up?
How many DMs have I leaked of any of the commentary guys? How many DMs have I leaked of anyone? How many?
Chud has proved without a shadow of doubt that he is a better person to me because he hasn't leaked DMs. Well, I guess they didn't help. I guess they didn't. I guess they didn't give you tons of content like the Boback stress. I didn't leak any DMs. Yeah, because it wasn't fucking in for it. Yeah, I leaked Nick's DMs. Everybody knows why I did it. He told me he was gonna He told me he was going to make a video on me. I took that as a threat, and I acted accordingly. And you know what? I stayed away from him, and I didn't bring up his name after that because I wanted nothing but the best. After a couple months, we made up. I think Nick got mad at me and overreacted. I think I overreacted, and we patched it up. I don't think you're overreacting.
The answer is 0.
You're a better person than me.
I've got no plans to leak any DMs.
Great.
And obviously, when this fucking drunken
I want somebody's going to tell Chud how many times Nick has leaked DMs. Probably more than me. And by the way, I'm glad he did. By the way, I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did.
But Tommy, Nick recorded a call, man. It gets worse.
Yeah, that's right. Nick just called him several
multiple calls.
Yeah, I know.
Several calls. Whoa. I don't know, Chud. You may have to disavow Nick on that one.
I don't know. I mean, don't give me this good person. He would leak something on anybody if he thought it benefited you, which, by the way, is my whole argument and my first title. I don't trust this guy. I don't trust Chud Logic anymore. That's it. Yeah, now you're sitting there virtue signaling over, I don't leak DMs. By the way, I don't think there's one commentator to have it. I don't know who's leaked more than Nick. And we're talking full-blown phone calls. By the way, I think you should. I think there's a time and a place. I'm not this golden rule guy. I know you're going to play Keemstar here, and the golden rule, and nobody's going to trust you. And that's what he's doing. No one will trust Tommy. He leaks DMs. I didn't even know Chud when I leaked those DMs. And what did I leak on Nick? I went on stream and said, look, this guy threatened me. Here it is. We're going to have to split up. That's it. And by the way, I didn't follow up. And then we cooled off.
veteran moron is sat there.
What did he say, veteran moron? Yeah, I here's something. This is something I absolutely can't prove. I always thought he had a problem with troops. I got that vibe playing Fortnite with him one night when he made just a couple weird comments.
Retarded, CT riddled fucking veteran moron is sat there.
Dickers.
Well, like Dickers.
Oh, Dickers. Oh yeah, Deckers. By the way,
yeah. They got you on that one too.
I want to throw this one at you. I seen you riding both ways to see the way it's gonna break. Whether it's good, like you were a little nervous, it might break in my favor. And I saw you saying nice things to be about the technicals thing. And I don't know if you're being sincere or not. I'm pretty sure the community you come from pretty much demands that you are being serious. But let me tell you something. If for some magical fucking reason this breaks against him, and it won't, because I just simply don't got the numbers. It's a math game at this point. I still will fucking have nothing to do with you, Dickers, forever. I don't buy your shit one iota. I think you're a wave rider. And if I was on top right now and I had more people in my camp, you would be sucking my dick, Dickers. Just wanted to let you know, buddy.
At least fucking snaky people out there. It's absurd.
That's a bizarre.
I don't need
That's a bizarre. I'm one of the least snaky people out there. He is. He sounds like a kid that got caught. What do you mean? What do you mean, Mom? Are you saying I'm a liar? Yes.
I genuinely take efforts to not engage in snake-like behavior. So it's so fucking obnoxious.
It's not. It doesn't take an effort, Chud. It never takes an effort. I like what's so hard about not being disingenuous? Do you have to go through like a check system in the morning? All right, don't fuck this person over. Don't fuck that person over. Don't fuck this person over. I have to make an effort. Nobody has to make an effort not to be a snake. It's just some kind of sociopath wants to hide it. I mean, I'm not saying you're a sociopath, but who does that? I don't. I don't wake up in the morning and say, I don't need to. I gotta do everything I can to not fuck my friends over.
And again, I will speak to Tommy. Why is he fucking running from a conversation? What, is he some sort of fucking pussy? Is he some sort of fucking pussy?
Is why.
There we go.
This is it. This is it. This is why I'm doing it.
Okay. I do feel like I addressed all of his points. I do feel like I covered all of his fucking points. Okay. But fair's fair. I didn't watch his video.
So he's lying right now. I feel like how could you leave the Bobacks the cornerstone of the whole thing? And the one with the major thing I got out of the first one is, why don't you just call me a pedophile? And I didn't call him one. I didn't even suggest it. I didn't say he was a groomer. I said none of those things. All right, there's another example why I wouldn't call you. When you pretended to watch my fucking video and pretended to answer the major points, you twisted it into I called you a pedophile when I didn't. When I said somebody catfished you, and that's fucked up. So saying you came along with a lot of baggage, and the people that you're trying to snake now, I don't want to repeat myself for the next 2 hours. The people that you're trying to snake now are the people that looked the other way. I know that everybody hates that I said that, or accepted your baggage. Is that better?
I'm not going to subject you. It's like, bro, it's so fucking pathetic, dude. I'm not going to subject you to the 50-minute video, but then he's also not going to have a conversation. So what is going on here then? What is the point of all of this?
These people cannot handle.
How could he be this defensive and also be so fucking confident that he's not a snake? I think he's behaving like a child that just got caught. With his body language is stuff that he's nervous. Most people would just blow this off.
Me and Nicholas are totally fine. Like, maybe there's some tension. Maybe he's fucking vented to someone. I don't really care about that. Whatever, you vent to people.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Right? But like,
how do I
there's no
make
issue
money
there.
off depressed people?
R&K Tommy C.
You know, this is the problem. I don't want to get into fucking the nature of it, behind the scenes conversations. We spoke briefly about an unrelated topic yesterday, very briefly. No issue at all. Nothing, no problem. Didn't even...
That's funny. I talked about same thing. It's probably the same thing we were talking about too. You know, is him getting striked. So what? If you have a good conversation with Nick, I don't get to fucking point out that you're a snaky move. Here's another thing, Chud. Why haven't you come out and made those legitimate criticisms of Nick instead of just calling him a glazer? Or if he is a glazer, how come you haven't explained yourself? Well, I know what you told Nick. You told him because you were afraid it was going to cause drama. And you're calling me a pussy? Maybe you're just sort of like they're dickers, just trying to get in the wave. Because they won't say anything in case it doesn't work, in case they get mauled. I don't care. I think you're absolutely audience captured, absolutely riding the wave. 100%. I don't know if you're actually really disingenuous and you have like really radical views that you want to hide, which is my guess, or you have no opinions at all. And YouTube's the game. That's it.
People are mad at me for something I might do on the basis of like...
And here's another thing. If he does pull some stunt, Nick, he can't do it now. He can't even talk about Ethan now. So I'll take the W there.
No, Tommy, it's boring. That's why.
That's boring. No.
No one cares about
he totally shifted gears here.
I addressed the substance of his points in my response.
No, he did not.
And
How could you possibly come? That's a lie. How do you come away if you don't mention the goddamn Turkey Tom the Bobax thing for me calling you a snake? If you don't mention that, how could you possibly say that was the substance? You avoided it. Come fucking on. Give me a break. You're such a fucking liar.
I did watch the video. I watched it off stream. Go and watch my fucking video and tell me...
Wait a minute. Didn't he say before that he didn't watch all of it? Now he's saying he did watch the video?
Yeah, just not on stream.
Oh, just not on stream. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't believe you. You know, I don't care. Who cares if you watched it or not? You're a disingenuous fuck. And you're nervous right now talking about both sides of your mouth. You do when you're not nervous. Now you are. And we're going to be totally fair here. We're going to pretend not to watch your video too. That's what we're going to do. That's our plan. Oh, did you see that? Oh, watch Chud's reaction. Oh, I do that when I'm pissed the fuck off. Watch that again. We're going to pretend not to watch your video too. That's what we're going to do. That's our... Grit the teeth! That's a cope and seethe if I ever saw one. Oh, man. I do that. I have that same body language. I get really fucking mad. Yeah, I do the same fucking thing. All right? So, adjust your chair. Everything's going to be all right.
Like he just said
Everything's going to be all right. You're not a snake.
Did not watch the video.
You're not a snake. This guy took you out of context. You're not a snake. You're all good. Don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. You'll get through this in another 2 hours.
Watch the video and tell me that I didn't watch it. The only point I didn't address was the stuff about the New Year's stream. Okay?
That was literally the heart of the fucking thing. That's why I finalized the snake thing. The only thing I didn't address was the evidence of your behavior and why I'm saying you're a snake. The pattern of behavior. The other thing is like you pretend not to know everything when you're in a drama. You play ignorant. Put it all together. Circumstantial, I admit. That's the evidence.
We can get into and I can explain further. But it's fucking deranged that stream is still being litigated.
Tommy, you don't give a fuck about Josh. No, I don't. Fuck his face. That's not the point. The point is he was told and he didn't keep his word. And if he didn't keep his word on that, that means anything's up. No, I don't give a shit about Josh at all. You're absolutely right. I don't care that he fucking leaked it. I don't care that he made money on it. I care that he gave his word and he didn't keep it. But yet, oh, you leaked DMs and I didn't. That's what I care about. And let me tell you something. Other YouTubers care about that as well, whether they hate Josh or not.
Bo Black's privacy is super fucking important. We gotta keep respect for it.
That's not the point. Now he's not. That I've never said that. I never virtue signaled on Bovax, not once. So he's making. There he is. That's a mischaracterization. Watch his eyes.
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah, he looks.
Watch my video.
Watch my video. He looks shook. Video.
all
I
freaked
don't
out.
give a damn if he watches or not.
I did.
I don't care if he does.
I did watch it, Bo.
Clarify. Yeah, you watched it and then you left the best parts out. And now you're telling you're being honest about it. Some things, and, they were cute.
I didn't want to watch it on stream because I knew I'd just have to fucking tear strips out of it.
You didn't want to watch it on stream because you would have had to address the Bobax and the Turkey Tom thing, which I made you do with this second video. I think there's a certain amount of people in Chud's crowd, maybe a minority, that wanted to hear him answer this. That they watched it. Maybe even people that said, Tommy, I think, one guy particularly, this guy Phoenix, I think you're jumping the gun. I think they wanted to hear your explanation. And I said in that first video, if you avoid this or play dumb, it's going to leave an empty taste in your audience's mouth. Well, it did, because a follow-up made you follow up.
So maybe he assumed that Nick had said something about it. I don't know.
No.
I think it's a reach because I think I explicitly told Chud it was private.
It was private. Yeah. So I think Chud.
Oh.
So Queeman tried to run defense. Queeman tried to run defense for Chud. I don't know if he was being sincere or not. And then Aiden comes in and says, I specifically told him. I'm pretty sure Nick told him too. And remember, when he said it on the New Year's stream, he said he didn't know. He didn't know that it wasn't already out, which of course 6 months later makes 0 sense because it would have been a cash cow for any commentator, which he knew, which he made a lot of money on it too. Oh, Bobax, mate, what are you doing? What are you doing, mate? What are you doing? That's why he did it.
I deliberately can't, to be honest.
Oh.
I've already spoken about this. My perspective on this is that, I didn't obviously know 100% that it was, completely off the record secret. But obviously...
Wait a minute.
What? Let's go back. Let's go back like 5 seconds.
About this. My perspective on this is that, I didn't obviously know 100% that it was,
What's obvious about it?
What, Aiden told you this is private?
What's obvious? Aiden told you this is private. Queeman couldn't even defend you. What's obvious about it?
A completely off the record secret. But obviously I said it on a bit of an off chance, right? I didn't know one way or another 100%. And it turns out that wasn't public info. And it caused a funny moment on stream, which then I think led Aiden to draw a picture of Bo Black's in the dress. Why are people, why is this a serious point to address? Oh, Chud, you mentioned the Bo Black's dress pic on a New Year's stream. After fucking everyone had gone to town, reaming him,
See, that's this way he's framing it.
He's shifting.
He's shifting the goalposts. I never said poor Bobax, everybody's bullying him. My whole thing is he gave his word and didn't keep it. Or is he going back and saying he didn't know? Is he playing dumb again? You got to really pick a stance.
Yeah, it's a bit of both.
I'm playing. Yes, it's very nuanced. Yes, I know. The ultimate way to get around to be the snakes. The snakes. That's really nuance. The tool for snakes, the ultimate tool for snakes, really. No, it's nuanced. So you didn't know. So he's going to completely mischaracterize my argument. Say that I'm fucking crying about Bobax when I make it 100% obvious in this video. And this is for his audience. This is for their outrage. He's farming their outrage and try to sending in my end. He's going to hope and fucking pray that I just tap out. Mm-hmm.
What loyalty do I owe to Bo Blacks, dude? Especially after everyone...
So that means you only owe loyalty to people you like? Well, there's another good reason not to trust you, Chud. Loyalty is kind of hey, you only get to keep secret that could just fuck everybody else. Yeah, I don't see... I mean, I got to be honest with you. If you're a YouTuber and you work with this guy, you're nuts, considering what his community's like. You're going to have to deal with Queeman and 10,000 other weirdos that live with their parents probably for the next 10 to 15 years, if not forever. Why would you work with him? If you told him something personal, if you pissed him off, If somebody else got a hold of it, Chud's gonna fucking do content on you. He's going to content
Come on,
farm
man, just
you.
stop moral fagging
If
about it.
you get in a situation where you get in trouble on the net or your popularity goes down and he has the clout capital to fucking step on you, which is the whole reason I don't trust him, he'll do it. You just have to be a bad person in his eyes. Or no, a bad person in the internet's eyes. You're nobody's friend. Your policy, even though it's not public, is everybody's content. This is about money. You don't have to worry about Willie being nice to you. He's going to take your audience because Queeman is willing to do what Chud won't. Be a completely...
Is this some sort of weird effort to put some sort of wedge between me and Queeman?
No. I'm actually being quite literal. I absolutely believe and have 10 times more respect for Queeman. I believe that all you have to do, if you want somebody, if you like Queeman's stuff, just watch him because Chud probably feels similar, if not 100%. But he's got people on a little more on all sides of the aisles, whereas like Queeman's just an out and out extremist, right? So, but you balance. I mean, shit, you say something's good and something's bad in the same sense, like the Willie Mack clip I played. You sit there and come on, I covered all his points. Oh, wait a minute, I covered some of his points. Oh, wait a minute, I covered the important ones. You'll say fucking anything. Anything at all. Over and over again. You talk out both sides of your mouth. So Queeman just spits it. And again, see if I can get a hashtag. Hashtag sub to Queeman. 150%. Probably most people in there already are.
Yeah, they kind of like already are, yeah.
This strat's, it's not a strat. It's just fucking funny to me. Sub Queeman. You will find out what Chud's thinking, and he'll have, balls. Sub to Queeman. Because that guy will come right out and be a shit. This guy, he's just a fence rider until he gets caught, and then he freaks the fuck out. At least you go with somebody that isn't afraid. I mean, Chud's afraid to criticize Nicholas Diorio because it might cause drama. No, but he's willing to start shit, see if the balloon floats, and then when it doesn't, get in a call with me. See another pattern there too. Get in a call with me. I completely fucked it up. Let's talk about it. There's nothing to talk about. I mean what I'm saying.
What happens at the end of the day, right? And if people want to watch Queeman and choose to not watch me anymore, I mean, that's up to them at the end of the day.
Why would he be worried about that? I'm fucking busting his balls.
But I don't really see it in this, like, super competitive way.
No.
I rate
No,
Queeman
not at all.
So I wish him every...
Chud's just one of the guys. Chud doesn't milk stuff for fucking long after it's over. I don't see it that way. Are you kidding me?
Success. And obviously, if all of us...
And by the way, there's nothing wrong if he did see it in a super competitive way, if he kept everything above war and what's in the snake.
And he started getting like more views than me, then I'd be like, oh shit, that's a bit annoying.
Yeah,
because I've seen so many people fucking surpass me over the years.
I think you'd fucking snitch on him personally.
But I'm not really, I'm not really worried that he's going to like usurp my audience. We're quite different content creators, I think, despite the fact that we're...
Yeah, one's a phony that fence rides till he sees the moment to pounce, and the other one pounces. Why don't you go watch where the action is? Tony wishes Nick was just like Queeman. No, I'm glad Nick is nothing like Queeman. If I saw Nick doing half the shit that he's done, fuck no. Would have called him out and I'd nipped him in the bud. Oh, that would be so funny if the downfall of this guy is Queeman.
Obviously, Queeman came from like predominantly my community, and particularly his early viewership were like I don't want to... I'm just going to say it's banter, okay? If you don't like it, it's banter, you motherfuckers. It's banter,
okay.
Right? It was the dregs of my audience that initially watched Queeman, okay? And what's happened since then is Queeman has built up an audience in his own right, and from what I can gather, at the moment there's...
From what I can gather, do you really believe for a minute that he doesn't know what's going on over there? Oh, more playing dumb.
No, stuffed full of
really, does anybody, like, even you guys that hate me, like, do you really believe what he's saying? That he's just completely ignorant of what's going on in the drama community? Like, what the fuck? I mean, look, everybody does that. Like, don't pay attention to that guy. You don't want to give him any kind of a rub or anything like that. But really? Queeman on just, he's a big part of the show.
Fucking like lefty.
It's like saying, you imagine me saying that I don't know what Nick's up to and I don't know what he's doing. Like, nobody would fucking believe that in a million years.
Like it's like, yeah, sure. Early on, there was like more of a direct audience overlap. But I think as time has gone on, the audience overlap has changed, and he's got his own group of people that watch him.
So he basically was in your fucking camp, and now he isn't. So it's completely ridiculous for me to think that he's still in your camp at some level, even though, like, what, the Oreo, I mean, it was 7-8 years. It's ridiculous. I mean, God, he's selling a bar of bullshit. I mean, I don't expect you to say, yeah, I'm conspiring with him behind the scenes, but to act like he's like so distant, you don't know what the fuck's going on, it's just totally disingenuous. Funny, that's funny, because I had a different take on Ethan Klein. I'm consistent. The Destiny's no fucking good, and I'm pretty consistent, although I agree with Ethan Klein on some things. That Ethan Klein is just like fucking ass for this shit, and it's a big blowjob sandwich over there. I didn't get any fucking shit from Nick. Yet you were afraid there's going to be drama, so you elected not to talk about it in public and still won't criticize it, now only because it's boring. I mean, it really is fucking amazing to me that you're just trying to play this game that there's no connection whatsoever. Again, I don't expect to say you're conspiring with him. I wouldn't be surprised if you are opping with him and it comes out one day. That wouldn't shock me one so bit. I have no evidence of that. But to say that he's like distant and you don't know what's going on, does anybody really believe that?
Apparently, I'm on the hook for things that Queeman has said and done. It's fucking ridiculous. He's a different person. He's nothing. It's not me. Like, what are we doing here, dude? It's fucking ridiculous.
Let me remind you that Queeman and J-Stock were going after Willie. He put those guys on, said that Queeman had a big point. Willie did the debate. Nick tweeted that he did a good job on the debate against like this 5-on-1 or whatever it was. And Chud changed his position on the video. He's like, no, Nick's right. Yeah, he did a good job. Give me a fucking break, dude. The other thing, and these are the list of things why I don't trust you, a list of things you didn't talk about. This was very important.
Great. Let's talk about it now. If I miss stuff, which wasn't intentional.
No, of course. Just like the blowbacks dropping. He's such a, yeah.
Or the turkey Tom.
I'm sure. Oh, God. I am even if you remember the first video, my point was this. I don't know if you're a snake or you're just audience captured and you're just going along with what they want or what Queeman puts pressure on you to do. I don't know. I am absolutely 100% sure that he's disingenuous. 100%. Every time this guy opens his mouth, it makes it more apparent to me. Pressure on Turkey Tom for his association with DGG. Knowing damn well Tommy was already moving away from it. He was in a tough spot. He couldn't say anything about Destiny or throw him under the bus until the story officially broke.
Right, okay.
To protect the victim, you guys are always clutching about.
Bro, that's complete bullshit. That's bogus. That's totally bogus.
This I haven't heard yet. I want to hear his explanation.
Thank you for the super chat. In that stream, I was...
Jesus Christ, he could have done this. Like, fuck, he could have been over by now if he just and then answered it right after that. Let me finish the sentence and answer it.
Cautious to only reference publicly available information to avoid that exact issue. It was still early days, and I don't know how much Tom knew of that, right? So Willie
thinks you're full of shit, too. I think it's pretty obvious now. I mean, basically...
intentionally worked around private information that wasn't public to avoid that. And at that time, I'd only given the bare bones initial information to Nick, and there wasn't any evidence. It was literally just the bare bones, letting him know that something's coming down the pipe because I got wind of it, right? That was it. Now, with the DGG stuff, the reason that I was pressing Tom, and somewhat Nicholas too, but more so Tom, is because...
So he admits to pressing him. So he admitted to lying about Bobax and where he's gone back, and then he admits to pressing Tom. Knowing damn well this stuff's like fucking minutes from coming out? I gotta hear this.
Again, there'd been public posts talking about Tom moving away from Destiny's community.
Why did you do that?
And people were acting like, oh no, well, it's only if you're crazy like Mr. Girl or Lav that you really get gone after by Destiny's community. And I knew that I was thinking, hang on a minute, like look at how they're treating Tom. Now he's decided to back off from some of this shit coming forward.
So, if I'm understanding this correctly, he's calling Tom out because he's going to back off from DGG? Is it
how I understood what he's saying is that he saw on Twitter that Tom was slowly backing off Destiny.
Yeah, you know why?
And he wanted to press him about it.
Yeah, because they all knew that this was coming. Look, I got a call from Nick in early December saying this is coming. I'm done with him. Right? I don't talk to Tom like I used to, so I imagine it was much the same thing. What they were doing is they were keeping quiet. They were keeping quiet about it and letting that girl do it. That girl deal with Destiny. And
Pixie.
Pixie, that girl deal with him. And they were going to eventually move away. But if they just fucking dropped him out of nowhere, Destiny would have sniffed it out. He would have thought something was up, that they knew something. There's no reason to tip Destiny off. Like there's no reason to pressure Tom. So let me get this straight. The Bobax thing he admitted, sort of, but said, so what? And this one he admits too, but he says there's no ill will. I don't believe him.
Yeah, I was just trying to lightly fuck him over.
Exactly. That's what it sounds like. I'm lightly fucking Tom over. So let me get this straight, right? I'm supposed to believe you that you had no ill will here when somebody asked you, hey, this is private, leave the dress off, and you leak that for whatever reason because, optically it doesn't really hurt your product, your image overall. So why should I believe you now? The admission to me that you pressed him is enough. It was supposed to be a fun New Year's stream, not a chance for you to press Tom. Tom was going to leave DGG. He was going to leave. Nick was going to leave DGG. He told me, but they kept their mouth shut and let the thing play out. Interesting enough, do you know that President Sunday initially tried to tie Nick and Tom to covering up
Willie?
Willie, no. Willie, I'm not 100% sure of. And Willie didn't know anything. Willie, I'm not sure. I'm suspicious about Willie, but I have no. And that's when Bucket of Crabs went in and saw it. And then Sunday talks to Diorio and he completely changes course. So why would you press Tom? I got to call him right out. We're all having fun. I got to call him out in a stream. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't prove what's in your heart. And I can't prove what intention was in your head, but I don't believe what's coming out of your mouth.
And having a fucking argument about something is some sort of snaky behavior, particularly when I went out of my way to make sure I didn't reference any privately available information.
Yeah, about her. But you're putting Tom in a bad spot. You've admitted to it. I think that's a snake move. You might not think it's a snake move. You might think it's just good old the band's there or just a disagreement, and I'm somehow saying disagreements are no good. But I think you're trying to fuck him. That's my take.
Say her name. Her name is fucking Pixie.
Pixie.
Sure, he was being careful about Pixie.
I don't know the drama with Chud and Lauren Southern. Do you know any about that?
I have no idea.
Didn't he go ahead before he talked to Destiny's wife? The story I heard. This is what I heard. I'm not selling the story 100%. This is what I understand. So I could be totally fucking off, right? This might not make the cut, right? So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm sorry, Chud. From what I understand, Chud got information about Lauren Southern sleeping with Destiny while Destiny was married, right? And he came out with it. And he didn't, I guess, touch base or let the situation with Destiny's wife and them kind of work the whole fucking thing out. He just went out with it. It's interesting to me that's what he got in trouble for, if that's true. Because President Sunday's video is basically, fuck the victim. This needs to be out there because Destiny needs to be damaged. Yeah, all right, Chud. I think you were deliberately putting Tom in a tough spot. Probably because you're trying to fuck him. My guess, I haven't talked to Tom, is Tom probably feels that way too, considering he stopped streaming immediately afterwards. And considering there will never be another stream like that again, especially not with you in it.
Because like it's not about a disagreement.
No,
it's about how you put the guy in the fucking hot seat.
Well, and see, he would say
just to fucking make content out of
it. He would say, but I didn't know he knew, so I was calling him out right there and then. That's his.
You know, he knew, but he was
he didn't know that orbit. He didn't know what he knew about the Pixie stuff coming out. I'll admit, I don't know if they all knew each other knew, but I'm pretty sure they did.
What is the issue exactly? I don't know, bro. I mean, Tom, as far as I understand, is off doing his own thing now. I've not spoken to Tom for a few months.
I want to guess why.
I've got no issue with Tom. If Tom has got an issue with me, right? What? Fine, we can talk about it if he wants to, but I don't.
Yeah, that seems to be the pattern. I'll fucking put you in a bad spot, fuck you over, talk behind your back, talk in front of you and say rotten stuff. Hey, let's have a chat. Oh, fuck off. Don't have a chat.
I don't think he cares. I don't think he's beyond it. I think he's past it. I don't think he fucking bothers and involves himself with all of this fucking business anymore.
Chud, if all you guys had was a fucking disagreement, then why isn't Tom talking to you?
Yeah, well, he's smart. When you look, advice you to up and coming YouTubers: if somebody fucks you, fucking don't deal with them again. You can't be trusted.
And the thing that's so frustrating about this is Tommy C is now refusing to talk to me. And this is why I don't want to do this as well, because it's going to just end up in this fucking response battle.
Don't do it.
And I don't want to do it.
Don't do it.
I'm not interested.
If you don't give me anything, I won't cover it. Don't do it. It's no one's forcing you to do anything.
I'd rather just have
Except your audience.
An hour in. He does not want to do it, Tommy. We're a
Don't
fucking hour in.
Don't do it. Don't do anything. We're an hour in. And fucking, God, how far? Don't do it. You don't have to do it.
fucking combo and get it done. What is the fucking gay shit? Oh, I can't talk to him though. Pathetic.
Oh, by the way, all the rape victims would like to give you a big thank you. Oh, and pedo victims too. Because Queeman and Chud and the rest of these guys...
You actually don't need to interact with real people.
Thank you very much. All these guys have done those people no favors at all.
It's always hard to know that...
What is he on about?
I'll tell you what I'm on about. On a stream that you're criticizing me, you're criticizing, you're saying something to the effect of, you know, some people are very concerned about this. Because here's what I said. Here's what he was commenting about. I said, equating what Destiny did to rape is fucking ridiculous. And then he lectured and shamed me for it. That's what I'm on about.
Am I supposed to care about rape and pedo victims now? What the fuck's going on?
Truth behind
In fairness to Chud, I'll give him this. I probably should explain that a little better.
But his convenient...
Bro, how is he talking about Queeman so much in this, dude? Queeman
You're
has
the
literally
same.
mind raped Tommy C.
You're the same.
That fucking stupid gay up that he did, which I said was dumb and stupid at the time. Apparently it worked. And now he's totally fixated on fucking Queeman at every turn in this fucking segment.
Yeah, the guy you have nothing to do with until it's convenient.
Was telling.
Yeah, of course. 6 months went by. 6 months. And keep in mind, I want you to keep in mind about the Bobax allegation. Everybody thought enough was enough. You were told enough was enough. It wasn't enough for Chud to be in the biggest stream of the year, a New Year's stream with Turkey Tom, a New Year's stream with Augie, a New Year's stream with... That's golden. That's a big opportunity. He's probably...
Sorry, what do you want me to do? You want me to sit there and just play video games the whole time and have no fucking disagreements and no argument?
Yes, he's moving. Yeah, you crushed an argument I never made again, Chud. Congratulations. All right.
What, I can't fucking talk on stream anymore,
all right,
mate?
I'm going to do something to Chud. If you want me to talk this guy, you're retarded, okay? That's what I'm going to do then. Don't, if anybody out there wants me to talk to them, you are a fucking retard. With all these goalpost shifts and misrepresentations, fuck them.
Why are we acting like I'm some terrible person for having a bit of fucking backwards and forwards and disagreement and arguing?
Wow.
I don't get it. It's so ridiculous, bro. Does anyone have a problem with this? I don't think Nicholas has got a problem with it, as far as I understand. Does Tom have a problem with it? I don't get it. I literally don't get it. I'm not saying I'm a content god. I'm just saying how absurd it is to act.
Why would it change my fucking argument or my criticism if Nick and Tom didn't have a problem with it? What's the difference? Now, at least I'll give him credit. He addressed what he said. He denied that he was there was any ill will in putting him on a disagreement. But I never said it's a disagreement. I think you're putting him on a bad spot on purpose.
Like, I've got to be some guys, thank you for bringing me on the stream. I really appreciate it. Oh, I'm just going to sit here and play video games and not talk about anything that's controversial. Oh, it's fucking ridiculous, bro. Yes. If I'm never invited on one of these streams again, so
don't worry.
Be it. If people don't fucking like me anymore, whatever. But I'm always going to come and have a fucking laugh, have a bit of banter, and fucking talk about some topics that maybe people don't exactly want to talk about.
So he's like I almost want to move ahead. So I haven't gotten to the Turkey Tom part in my video. That's the fucking crazy shit. So his whole thing was, I didn't know what Tom knew, if I'm getting this correctly. And why am I criticizing him for having banter? Which I never did. I never criticized having banter. I criticized you for putting him in a bad spot, knowing damn well what was coming down the pike. And he didn't address that. Now, in fairness to Chud, the only way he can address that is either yes or no. So it's pretty much going to be no either way, whether it's true or it's not.
But we forgot to ask if Tommy C felt betrayed by it. Dude, the other thing about it as well is I'm not worried about if people think, I'm wrong on something, right?
What do you mean? What's this? You've been going off on for an hour. You're fucking terrified. Who are you kidding? If you didn't give a fuck, you'd be like, I could see you getting angry. Fuck that guy. I was nice to that guy. And all this stuff is bullshit. And I'm not going to even fucking give it the time of day. And now you're saying you don't give a shit?
But we forgot to ask if Tommy C felt betrayed by it. Dude, the
He
other
doesn't even let me talk. That's the worst part.
thing about it as well is I'm not worried about if people think, you know, I'm wrong on something, right? Because I spoke to Turkey Tom about like a topic. I think it was about, I can't remember, about doing something for money. I think it was about whether you do content for money or not. And I think there was many people that thought, oh, I came off worse than that, or I look worse than that. And that's the risk that you run, is you have a conversation, you have a certain position, the other bigger person disagrees, and you end up looking bad. Or the other person disagrees and they make better arguments and you look bad. I mean, this is the way it goes. That's the risk you run sometimes. You have like a live conversation.
Okay, that's wonderful.
This guy is such a fucking fence rider. Do you really believe that he's not afraid to look bad? Like, look, man, hey, man, those are the breaks. Sometimes they roll your way, sometimes they don't. You know, that's what it's about, having a conversation. Somebody may beat you.
If you don't mind, I kind of want to cycle back to something. Say, you know, there was that whole
What?
conversation about it being Melania, not Pixie.
Melania.
Well, Agent dug up something really quickly.
Well, what's
and
that?
I sent it to you. It's the I confronted Turkey Tom about Destiny's Revenge blank scandal, and that was talking about Pixie and not Melania. So I think originally you were right to say Pixie and not Melania.
Well, yeah, that's what I was talking about, Pixie.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
They knew the Pixie stuff was coming out, and Chud pressured him. And I can't believe he didn't know that Tom was moving away. But look, if he'd have made a big proclamation about Pixie, guess who gets tipped off? Then Tom is President Sunday. Then Tom is Craig. He's Bucket of Crabs. And what I'm saying is, I think Chud may have done that on purpose. Why do I think that? Well, I think he's willing to lie for content. I think he's willing to misrepresent. I think he's willing to snake his friends. I think he's willing to farm his people for content. And I've talked about that, and they've given examples. You could look at those examples and, you know, scream at the fucking cloud saying that's not evidence. I don't care. But there's a pattern of behavior here.
By the way, fuck Destiny. We don't give a flying shit about Destiny. He can fucking crash and burn.
We don't give a fuck about him. I'm literally the only guy that said that guy was a piece of shit in 2017. I have no record of fucking giving Destiny the benefit of the doubt. He has been funny. And yeah, he's a good debater, sure. But so what? Messi's good at football. I don't know if he's a good person or not.
Because then here's a direct video talking about.
I confronted Turkey Tom about Destiny's Revenge scandal. That's fucking weird. He can't stop sweeping. That's being fair. Oh, I can't control my thumbnail guy.
But Tommy, no, Tommy, he just disagreed with him.
No, it's just a mild fucking disagreement. Even though you knew,
well, like he can't talk on stream.
I was told before I moved to this place in December that this stuff was coming out, and the reason everybody was keeping their mouth shut, I was told this by Nick, is because apparently she was negotiating, and it was, and the other reason is if we put out this stuff and this girl changes and flips on it, then you look like an idiot, kind of like. Reportedly, I haven't looked in this drama. Chud looked like an idiot when he came out with the Lauren Southern stuff. They didn't want to do that. And I just find it bizarre, assuming they all knew, each other knew, that he would go on and sit there and say, and put pressure on Tom, knowing damn well he was moving away and didn't want to signal it. Yeah, I don't buy that. Again, I'll say, I don't know that I've ever had some kind of fucking major disagreement with him that I had to fucking address or got angry about. I got angry about character fucking flaws. Stuff I seen as a character flaws. That's it. I don't care that people debate. I have no issue. I mean, he's literally lying. I don't think he's just mischaracterizing what I'm saying by accident. I think it's deliberate on purpose. It's designed to go to your audience. Look, Tommy's got a problem with me having a normal conversation with Turkey Tom. Tommy has a problem with me having just a disagreement with Turkey Tom. No, I'm saying it's not a legitimate disagreement. I think you're trying to fuck him. Chud, I think you didn't keep your word. You leaked that shit. I don't give a rat's motherfucking ass about Bowbacks. Somebody told you something, you leaked it anyway for content. I think you put pressure on freaking Turkey Tom because you were trying to make him fucking look bad as this shit was coming out. I don't think you're trustworthy. I think you tried to farm me and your friends for content. Both examples, the little stunt you did about Slasher and Brittany Ventney. And they just tried to drag Willie Mack in. And started, hey, you're crashing that, man. Want to come on? It's fucking goading him. All right. No, I didn't. What's to talk about?
The person that was on that stream was totally fine. I've spoken to them since, and I think I've even spoken to Tom since, and I don't think there's any concern raised or any issue.
Don't care.
But Tommy C had an issue with it apparently.
Yeah.
Never said anything until now though, publicly at least, as far as I know. But now as part of his fucking bottled up seething about me, he's like unleashing it onto the world.
It's a safe thing to leak because nobody likes Bobacks. So that's one of the things to avoid. The other thing was putting Turkey Tom under.
Okay. And why
it doesn't let? Oh God, man!
Did no one like Bo Blacks? Because people.
He's like, yeah. So he stops it before I complete the thought, so he can fucking make my argument for me and then knock it down. Yeah. Okay. So he stops the tape, assumes my argument. Now, I've done that by accident before, but I have to think this is deliberate.
People had fucking leaked everything about the guy. Why are we so precious about Bo Blacks' fucking privacy, dude?
I have not mentioned Bo Blacks' privacy once. Not once. He said that he addressed all my issues. Then he said he addressed half my issues. Then he fucking misrepresented what I said, that I made this about Bo Blacks' privacy. What? Like, I don't know how much more disingenuous a guy you could get to say, all right, cut off. So yeah, I can make content on him now for sure. The bridge is burnt. Yeah, I'm looking for. I want to see who else he does this to down the road. That's what I'm interested in.
Boom, 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 boom. And me over here going, oh, apparently there's a picture of him in a dress. Oh, what a snake! I can't believe he's done that. Just because.
And then what does he say right after that? That wasn't for public. What? That wasn't public? Get the fuck out of here, dude. He's just repeating himself. And so am I.
Yeah, just regurgitating. I mean, we have to because he does it too.
Oh, he does it too?
I mean, like, how many fucking times can we say that's not the fucking point?
Yeah, so and how many times can he do it without me coming to the conclusion that he's being deliberately disingenuous? This is why I can have thousands of people in my chat like yelling at me saying I'm no fucking good, because it feels like, like kind of like he feels I'm trying to drive a wedge between him and Queeman. It feels like they're trying to like intimidate me to shut me up. Good fucking luck with that. He probably couldn't believe it. And then, it's a safe thing to leak because nobody likes Bobacks. So that's one of the things to avoid. The other thing was putting Turkey Tom under pressure. You knew damn well his situation. You're finally hearing what I'm saying. So in his mind, he's already defeated all my arguments, in the audience's mind too. But I haven't even addressed them in the video yet. And
Nick leaked DMs to prove Bo Black's wrong.
I never said leaking. I have a long-standing policy on leaked DMs. Yes, I do. I think if somebody asks you not to leak something, you shouldn't do it, or they shouldn't trust you. That's that simple.
This absurd double like, oh, well, he was doing it for this reason, you're doing it for that reason. First of all, I disagree that there's a significant difference in the reason for doing it. And secondly, why do you fucking care, you fucking complete F-slur? Acting like Bo Blacks' privacy is some sort of privileged thing when it'd already been leaked into the dirt. And on top of that as well, I was never really friends with him. I knew him and I was on streams with him, but I certainly didn't fuck him home anymore.
Yeah, and because here's what I meant. You broke Bo Blacks' trust by leaking that. That's what I say in this video. That's a really, that's a really thing. Like I almost didn't realize this before. You could just not play the video, state the person you're criticizing's argument, go on and on and on about it like you defeated it, and then ignore when the actual argument comes out. We're going to the part where he says, I don't want to talk to him anymore. I don't want to talk to him anyway. That's where we're going to. So he didn't get tipped off.
You were definitely, okay, you guys are so fucking pathetic, it's unbelievable. It's called fucking showmanship, bro. It's called being an entertainer.
I mean, the audience, look at that guy, Tony T. Tommy leaked Chud's DMs in the start of the stream, as if I've never made the argument. That's my whole criticism of Chud, that it's not okay to leak fucking DMs depending on the situation.
Yeah,
I've never made that argument. Chud is saying I'm making that argument. I never made it. I'm saying for the 1,000th time that they told you to leave that one out and you leaked it anyway. And then you pretended like you didn't know it was already public knowledge. It's that simple. Therefore, you can't be trusted offline with private information. Pretty easy.
entertainer. Something fucking Tommy C needs to learn something about, clearly, because his viewership is in the fucking doldrums. And it's been for years at this point, right?
Yeah, it
An
has.
entertainer, yes. I didn't know one way or another, but I took a chance and made a fucking funny segment out of it. What's the problem?
Apologize to this Bobax individual.
It's so funny that he thinks like he didn't know one way or another, but he put like I don't know how I'm
Like he played the clip.
I have
like he fucking played the Aiden clip.
He played the Aiden clip. I actually have zero fucking problem with him making content on the stuff afterwards. My problem is he put it out there to make content on it, knowing that it would. Yeah, there's this one little juicy fucking nugget that you can keep the Boback story going on, and then the one thing that people ask you, all right, that one we're leaving off, and you couldn't be trusted with it. And he says, I'm making it about Boback's privacy. I don't think that word leaves my mouth. Not once.
Queeman has nothing to do with Bobby or Tom. What are you talking about?
I didn't bring up Queeman as far as I just brought up Queeman in the context of he agrees with me. I didn't say they had anything to do with Bobby or Tom. I'm talking about Chud here, not Queeman. We'll get to that too. How about that? He looks fucking furious, dude. More respect for Queeman. If you want to know what Chud's thinking. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm projecting. But to me, he looks absolutely fucking furious.
He's seething. He's coping.
He does. It does. Absolutely. I mean, he's got to make my argument that I never made and then, feel all strong about taking it down. Just ask Queeman. Queeman just has the balls to say it. Queeman wants to get on the Hassan side or whatever side that. I don't know what he's trying. That really bugs him. That I sit there and say Queeman's got the balls to say what he won't. That really bugs him.
So he is making the argument that me and Queeman are like I joked about this in my video. He's making the argument that me and Queeman are like the same person, essentially. He is so mind raped by Queeman. It is unreal how some little Jewish debate pedophile twink has totally got in this guy's head.
I like how I got in your head.
I really don't understand this at all because
I know. Here we go again.
I mean, obviously, there's some stuff I agree with Queeman on. So, yeah, we'd obviously have the same take on some topics. But there's also topics we disagree on. Dude, it was
No, I think it's because he's completely bad faith. You know it. Platform him anyway and act like he's not. That it's just a disagreement.
Like, we have disagreements about things and different takes. And we cover different...
Did I accuse them of having the same take on every topic? I accuse them of having the guts to say what you won't. That's what I accuse you of. Now, I can't prove that one way or another, but I believe it. Doesn't mean you have to agree on everything. I don't remember saying that.
We cover different matters too. We cover different, stream topics too. So I don't really get this idea that you can just go and ask Queen, I mean, it just feels...
All right, I am busting balls a bit. I mean, Jesus. Take it to
Chud, there's some nuance to it.
Well, yeah, there's some nuance in it. I mean, like it's me busting your fucking nuts. That's what I'm saying. It's
bands, buddy.
It's the bands, buddy. Just content. Content.
So, I don't know. Anyway, let's see what his big evidence is that I'm whatever he's trying to say here.
To do. But that's what he wants. Chud doesn't have the balls. But in order to do that, you gotta bring Nick down a peg. And he's balancing. And we'll show the balancing act in a second. Let me get Willie sent me this video. This is really good.
Oh, so Willie's got a problem with me apparently. Okay, that's interesting. So Willie's got an issue with me, but he's another person that doesn't want to come to me and say, "Hey, Chud, I've got an issue with you."
For the same reasons I don't.
Right. Okay.
And actually, Willie probably has better grounds with the whole, "Hey, are you crashing out, buddy? Hey, come on." He knows what that means. You're farming him.
He's baiting him.
He's baiting him and farming him. I'm coming to you like a good faith player, but I'm really just trying to farm you.
What did I say that was that crazy?
I don't know. Find out.
I can't even remember exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Well, let's hear the rest of it.
You can't remember. I mean, the clip
he's on both
was right
sides
there.
of every issue. I don't know how anybody guys can listen to him other than maybe he's entertaining or funny, because there's a point to be made there, and we're going to see this a lot because this goes to the heart of both Queen and Chud. They don't criticize, they attack your credibility. And that's a credibility attack. Look, if you say there's a point to be made there, you simply, maybe he doesn't want to cause drama, like the excuse he gave for Nick, you simply say that point. But he doesn't do that. That's what I can't stand about him. I made a statement. So to clarify what I just said, when this guy says he's compromised, Chud initially says it's Chud initially says that's ridiculous. But there's a point to be made there. When you say that, you're obligated to say, all right, maybe the other guy's exaggerating, but you're essentially saying Willie's compromised without actually having to come out and say it directly. That's why you should watch Queeman. Queeman will say he's compromised, which is my whole point in that job. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this is crazy. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. But yeah, there's a little piece of this. There's some grain of truth to it. I think that's dishonest as fuck. I hate that shit.
But I'm guessing it's to do with my, talking about how, because I think I commented on the fact that there'd been some times they'd worked together and been to his house. And whilst money hadn't changed hands, there was clearly like a, relationship there. Right?
But there's a relationship there. Doesn't mean he's compromised and lying or covering. You are obligated to come out and say why he's compromised. Otherwise, it's just yellow journalism, really. I hate that you said Willie Mack. The accusation that he took money or he's compromised is ridiculous. But at the same time, you say there's something to it and don't go on to explain it. Call it a sneak diss, talking out by both sides of your mouth, just being dubious, dishonest.
What?
I mean, call it what you will.
This public statement that you've made is very dubious and dishonest. How? What? He's not even explaining how it's dubious or dishonest.
It's just because you're taking both sides. I think that's dubious. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. I think you're playing games with me.
He's just saying it.
And another thing is, Queeman is a fucking bad faith guy. No matter how many good faith arguments you've had with him. And you totally know he had it in for me. But whatever.
How is he still seething about a debate that happened a year ago? This is fucking obscene.
I'm seething about an example I'm giving. This is why I don't like you. This is why I don't trust you. Pick a side.
But, the next stop for me is a conversation. I'm not watching his response to my response, right? If he wants to be a fucking pussy and not talk, so be it. But I'm happy to have a conversation. I'm even happy to have it off stream and he can record it if he's worried about getting fucking snake. We can both record it even, so there's no snakiness possible. I'd rather have it on stream, obviously. But it's so obscene to be fucking cowering behind your phone. Oh, I'm not going to speak to him because he's mean or some shit. I don't even know what he's going to say. But can we just go back and actually listen to the point that I made in this video? Because it feels a bit unreasonable that I don't even get to finish my fucking point, and I'm getting called duplicitous and playing both.
Jesus Christ, he did that to me the entire stream. Are you joking? He did that to me the entire stream. He'd stop in the middle of it, make the argument I never made. Jesus Christ.
When I'm probably just disagreeing with an extreme presentation at a certain point, but giving my interpretation of what is actually happening there that's probably more reasonable in my mind. I think that's what's happening. There's not money changing hands. It's much simpler than that. But what you want about money changing hands, that's ridiculous. But yes, you're onto something, but you're going in a million miles an hour in the wrong direction.
Okay, that's okay. So he's not compromised for money, he's compromised by something else. But I didn't say he was compromised.
Why would he pay me to make him look bad? These people are so stupid.
4. Since Nicholas Diorio has given Dan Saltman optical advice.
But I spoke to him and I'm like, listen, the problem with you and Erudite is you guys knew for months, so you've come to terms.
Okay, to be fair, I didn't say anything after that. I just kept watching the video.
So, nothing out, Chud.
Here's where I find
out. This guy has cut me off the entire time. Pause the fucking video.
Never mind.
Like, never mind. Oh God, he's done this. He literally,
maybe you did. Maybe you did
for like an hour and 20 minutes, and then in fairness, you're obligated to say why he's compromised. Is it because of their friendship? What did they gain? That's why it's duplicitous. You say it's fucking crazy to say it's about money changing hands, but you suggest it's something other than money. What is that? You won't say because you just want to leave it in the air. Just like you've done with me the entire stream. You don't play what I'm saying. You make my argument for me that I never made. And then you claim victory. My God, man.
Okay, so I say it here, right? My point is, dude, it's so absurd that this is now me being duplicitous. Me making a nuanced commentary in
What's the nuance? Nuance is the ultimate shield for these guys.
A public video is me apparently being duplicitous, right?
Hold on a
The
second.
commentary,
Say that
this is
again.
now
What is
me
the
being
nuance, Chud?
duplicitous. Me making a nuanced commentary in a public video is me apparently being duplicitous, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. See, it's so nuanced that none of you out there can understand it.
The point I'm making is that it's wrong to say, and it's conspiratorial and stupid to say that money was changing hands.
Yes.
The point that I'm making is there was a bridge between certain commentary people and Destiny.
No, we're talking about Willie here.
Right?
The video's on Willie, not in certain commentary people, Chud.
And it influenced.
This is a guy that's getting bad at me because I'm saying that he's like, Queeman speaks for him. And then he's going on and on about certain commentary people.
It's the way that they approached and tackled certain topics and certain stories.
By suggesting there's a bridge there or something, but you're suggesting that he's compromised by Destiny. You have to show more than, you have to say what that is. And he didn't do it. That is dubious. I didn't say, Chud's opinion is so nuanced and that makes it dubious. I said that you again, fence ride. Now you're going to probably play ignorant after this. You fence road. You dropped the hint that he was compromised. You definitely crushed the part about it being about money, but you said there's something there. You're obligated to say what it is. That's a pretty serious attack on his credibility, that he somehow went softer on Destiny. You're going to have to show where he went softer on Destiny.
Well, I don't want to do a self-react segment, but there's barely any context in that clip that Tommy showed.
Off depressed people.
There's barely any context.
He said that he didn't. He just admitted to it.
He just said I cut his context off. And then,
no,
okay.
Never mind, Tommy.
No, never mind. He did put the whole thing in there. Oh, boy. So he said, I cut his context off. Then he said, okay, though that was the entire clip. I apologize. And then he goes on and says, I cut his context off. Didn't this guy stick up for sloppy cereal? And stick up for sloppy cereal and said he wasn't compromised with the Mr. Beast situation, but Willie somehow is compromised with this? That guy was flown out to Mr. fucking Beast. But somehow Willie's compromised? I mean, I wish he'd be like Queeman.
The thing is, like, he's saying there's like nothing wrong with networking. But in the later clip, he says, well, maybe there's something else there.
There's something there. What's there? What's there?
So, like, is it just the networking, Chud?
What's there? What is there?
If you like don't have a problem with
it. Look, I don't even know. Look, I went after Soggy Cereal. I totally thought he was fucking compromised, or at least if he wasn't, there was too much influence with flying him in from Europe or what have you. Look, you come to the terms that he wasn't. I know me and Nick disagree on that, but I mean, it's like Chud wants his cake and eat it too. He wants to shut down the serious allegation of money changing hands, but he doesn't want to quite name why this influence changed the video and why it makes Willie an unreliable narrator. He won't do it. That's why I have a problem with him, folks.
Why do people do that? Okay, guys, this is what I mean. So now apparently Tommy's tweeting about me. Guys, I want to talk about the Pirate Software Rate Review. Okay? That's probably going to be a 30+K segment on my channel. Not that it's the only thing I care about, right? But that's what I want to get to.
Do it!
I don't want to fucking be... Dude, why not just pick up the phone?
There must have been pressure from his audience. He could have fucking cut this off right here, couldn't he?
Like, Willie Mack going to Destiny's house, for example, clearly had some sort of personal influence in some fashion.
What?
And I'm not even, like, super mad about it. I'm not, like, having to go at anyone, even. I'm just saying what I think occurred here. And I'm using it to say the idea money changed hands, which is obviously the worst of those things, right? Specifically money changing hands.
No, so you're just saying clout changed hands and it affected his coverage. And why did it, what? He doesn't 100% agree with you? And that's what it sounds like to me. He doesn't 100% agree with you. So therefore, he's somehow influenced by Destiny. Now, you're entitled to that opinion, but it's like you want your cake and eat it too. Oh, it's ridiculous the money changed hand, but something else happened. Either way, he's compromised. Just say he's compromised.
Yeah, it was a fucking clout move.
Influence.
It was a clout move. Yeah, that would have been, fine. It's a clout
It was all about clout.
But, here's the thing.
It was not money.
If he says it's about clout, then people will complain what he complains about with me. You don't have any evidence. I think he's absolutely being deceptive here.
And I guess Willie's got a problem with it, but never said anything to me, so he said it to Tommy instead. I mean, just fucking listen. Bro, Willie was fucking... Okay.
I'll tell you that. I was like, I hate how he's always both sides of everything. He's like super. Oh yeah, he's like Willie's like, I got an example. That's what happened. That's it.
Bro, that video, he was going fucking insane. He was talking about mooching off his wife and shit, and I was having a bit of a laugh and mocking him for that. What do you want me to do, dude? Stop revealing embarrassing...
Did I say that I was mooching off my wife?
Stuff about your...
Or did he twist that? I think I said I made less money than her. I guess that makes me a moocher. All right. So SFTP are over. I am not doing this full time anymore. I'm going back to work. So nobody can piss and moan about me not doing my wife dirty or whatever, or mooching off of her.
What?
So I was addressing the people that's been saying that I was mooching off my wife. I did not say I was mooching off my wife. What? I've been hearing that since day fucking one. All right. So I made a joke like, so I'm going back to work. You can't say I'm going mooching off my wife anymore. You know, I have not mooched off my wife. Here's what I want. This is my preference. I don't want to be friends with somebody like that. I don't. Now, I got to be honest with you. My record and my balls busted on here is, I mean, Jesus Christ, the fans. But yeah, I don't want to be used for content. No, on that particular situation, especially since I never said I was mooching off my wife. And then the stupid thing that I said is I was mooching off my wife. God, it sounded ridiculous. I was responding to probably somebody in chat and something that I've been accused of over the years. So yeah, I think it's totally dishonest. So look, if you're in YouTube and you're going to bitch about something like this, yeah, you're a big pussy. There's no doubt about it. Chud's right. If you want to like be cool with me and tell people I'm mooching off my wife when I'm responding to a joke, no, you need to get the fuck out of here. I don't need to know you.
He's burnt out covering topics he's not interested in, but doesn't want to put any effort into actually covering stuff he is interested in.
Oh, what the fuck, man? Like, I gotta be friends with him? I was just the pants, man. I gotta be friends with that guy? Are you kidding me?
This fucking lazy piece of shit.
I have to show loyalty to him? I have to pretend that that's it? No, that was fucking personal. And I do think he was uptight with my veteran status. I don't know why. I don't know why he hate fucking veteran. He might have a problem with the military. Yo, I'll join in that parade. But I don't know why me being a veteran was so fucking offensive to him, if it was. I mean, the references to the CTE and shit like that. He knows I wasn't in combat. I got the Willie Mack thing. That's fucking shady. I got that Pacific example. Yeah, things are stacking up where I think I'm allowed not to trust him. And yeah, I didn't.
I mean, this is fine. If Tommy
I stand by that. Okay, this is fine.
Doesn't trust me, then so be it.
Okay.
Tommy doesn't. Problem
solved. That's it. Okay, we're good. Now, you know, like you're the one whining about it that I said it. Problem solved. I think he says that, like, I don't have the problem with him, so I'm not going to contact him. Okay, we're good. We're good. I don't trust you. You don't trust me. Peace. See you later. That's fine.
Why is he fucking acting like there's all this evidence for this that meaningfully backs this up? When
he showed a pattern. If you want to pretend he didn't hear it, that's fine with me. A pattern of behavior. Fake friend. You're being shady with you're both sides of your mouth with Willie. Putting pressure on Turkey Tom, knowing damn well the shit was coming out in days. And leaking the Bowbacks when you were leaking the Bowbacks dress part that you were specifically told not to do. All that together, and the disingenuous way that you represented me in this video by cutting off my argument and going on, actually making an argument that I never made, and then knocking down the straw man after that repeatedly. Yeah, but I got to be honest with you. If I don't trust you, fine. Yeah, I'm good with that, Chud. 100%. We can go our separate ways, and you can cover me and goof on me all you want. I just don't want any connection to you. And you probably don't want any connection to me. And I can live with that. I'm completely fine with that. If you're going to talk about me that way, I want it to be you're a competitor, you're an enemy, or you just don't like me. And I want it on the surface.
He's just doing the tinfoil Tommy shit. He's just doing the green M&M shit all over again. You know, acting like there's some crazy snake shit happening when there's just not.
I told everybody what Nick did with the green M&M. I said he threatened me and we had to separate. And I kept my mouth shut. No conspiracies. Mick made a video on me. It was lighthearted. And then me, Matt, Augie, and Nick got my call. Nick was super pissed. And here's how it got resolved. All right. Well, it really didn't get resolved. Nobody really moved. But I think people just. I think he got sick of being mad at me and vice versa. He said, "Yeah, I did threaten you, but you should have known." This is kind of summing up, that I wouldn't have done it. And I said, and Nat said, I don't think I should be able to take the chance when at this point in time, I'm counting on the income 100%. And they repeated themselves and said, but you should have known. Now, let me settle this, Greenham. I don't think that's a really good argument. I don't think I should have to take the chance, but there's probably some truth in me overreacting. I think threatening me was an overreaction too, so I let it go. I think he did that out of anger. I think he did this out of spite. That's the difference. Chud mentioned, and this is an example of just being deliberately dishonest with context. Chud said, why don't you call me a pedo? If just come out and say it. I didn't call you one. I didn't say you were a groomer.
Okay, hang on. Did I say that? Did I say that? Maybe like if you're going to call me a nonce, call me a nonce.
Yeah. That's whatever. I didn't call you nonce.
Same thing.
I didn't call you nonce.
What's the original clip? No, I know what he said, and I know that he seems to be misunderstanding what looking the other way means. We'll get to that. But did I say that?
Yeah, everybody's got a problem with the looking the other way statement. Here's what I said, and I'm not going to pretend to teach you right now. I'm just going to teach the audience. I'm not going to pretend you didn't understand what I said.
Well, the problem is he said that people look the other way, and the way he presented it suggested that he had a problem with it.
No.
But now he's saying that he didn't mean it like that.
No,
okay.
No. Here's what I said in the original clip, not this one. You got catfished, and it was fucked up that you got catfished. You get catfished in my fucking world, you're good. And you know what? Willie said he didn't get catfished because as soon as he was 18. But that gives you a certain amount of baggage, Chud, whether you're innocent or guilty. In this case, you were innocent. And YouTubers are finicky as fuck when dealing with stuff like that. They will say, hey, listen, that guy might be innocent, but I can't get my brand near him. And the way when I don't really have a problem with saying it this way, but I guess other people do. I'm saying that commentators look the other way on your baggage. Look the other way on these allegations. You got run out of your own fucking community. And then, yes, I think you're trying to snake those same people that were not so much forgiving because you didn't need to be forgiven, but people that were willing to associate you with all you come along with for talking to that fucking kid.
I said nonce. Okay, fair enough.
So nonce.
That's fair enough. Okay. That's fine. I'll take what he said broadly because I understand, like, you know, nonce does mean pedo, but in my mind,
oh, Jesus Christ. Are we going to split hair over nonce and pedo? Seriously?
You know, I don't use it to mean pedo as explicitly, but I get that's what people's interpretation is. So that's fine. We can take that that's what I said. Fair enough. But I think that the way he presented it, you could reasonably interpret that he was suggesting that there was a problem and he didn't.
No, I said it was fucked up. You got catfish and it was fucked up.
That means there's a problem that you're avoiding looking at. So that's why people thought that's what he was saying, myself included. Okay? But to be fair, he's clarifying now. I think what he meant was, okay, that's wonderful. You know, people were kind of gracious to you about it or something. Nonce. Listen, fuckhead. Thank you, Tommy C, for this.
Obviously, you didn't like my choice. Willie said the choice of words sucked too. You know, but look the other way doesn't necessarily, when you look the other way, it's something nefarious. It's like this. Like, I mean, I'm looking the other way, the way I interpreted. And you know what? Maybe I'll throw him a fucking bone here. Maybe when he heard that, he thought that I did mean something nefarious. Maybe I'll give him that. But he responded with, call me a nonce, call me a nonce. I never called you a nonce. I said we looked the other way on what the baggage you brought. Well, I didn't say it literally. The baggage it brought. People were gracious to you. Exactly. And maybe Chud has a better command of language than I do. Okay, buddy. In fairness. All right? So maybe I'll give him this. If he's going to be fair with me, I'll be fair with him. Maybe he did think literally that he was that I was trying to twist it into he's a pedo. Let me clarify now. He's not. He's allowed to look for fucking man pussy whenever he wants. That's fine. And maybe he took it literally. I'll give him that. And you know what? Here's who agrees with me, Chud. Maybe he misheard it, and then he said, just call me a nonce, man, because he heard the word look the other way, and he thought I was saying looking the other way on something nefarious. What I meant was looking the other way at what some other YouTubers might see as problematic. So I'll give him this one.
It wasn't clear when you said that's fucked up, whether you meant the catfishing was fucked up or my actions are fucked up. But that's okay. Listen, I will be fair. Let's not.
And I will be fair on this one. The one fucking fair thing is not going to change my mind. But that was absolutely 100% a miscommunication.
to accept the clarification.
And it was my fault. I didn't realize that when people see the word look the other way, it's 100% nefarious. 9 times out of 10, lights out, you're finished. It doesn't matter the context, right? The context he wouldn't afford me. So this whole thing, why don't you just call me a pedo then? Well, I didn't. I didn't even suggest it. I said you were a catfish. I said it was...
Well, no, you did, but you didn't realize you were doing it because you're fucking retarded and you can't speak properly. But when you say...
Okay, I'll take that one on the chin.
Hey, if something is fucked up and people look the other way, people are going to reasonably interpret that you're saying what I did.
There ain't nothing I can do about this.
It was fucked up and people look the other way on what was fucked up. But if you genuinely meant me getting catfish was fucked up...
I said
right?
it.
You should find different language to use other
Fair
than
enough.
look the other way because
Fair
you're
enough.
suggesting there is a problem there that people actively ignore.
I don't know, GDs, look the other way, always looking the other way on something like nefarious, in your opinion? Be honest, 100%.
No. Well, no. I think your opinion of I look like with the fact check, like dating.
Yeah, like fact checks, like she's
yeah,
a little big, isn't she? Well, I just kind of look the other way on it. I mean, I don't know. It could be a slang thing from.
But I would
the
say
States.
that majority it is used.
Majority,
in
I would
various
agree with
context.
you. Well, the other, majority would agree with you. Like, somebody's appearance, or actually somebody does something annoying, but not necessarily criminal. Like, why do you hang out with that person? I look the other way. All right, fair enough. I do think he was being honest.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we'll be like arguing into semantics. So
Yeah.
give us
I
that.
do believe he's being honest because I got to be honest with you. I had multiple people had a problem with that. They gave you a chance. They gave you a chance because of Nick's goodwill. That's what they did. But you're trying to snake him.
How? How?
So,
Where?
Baden says that back to being a complete piece of shit. That you can't keep your fucking word. That you pressured Tom in an uncomfortable situation. That you say fucking really nasty shit for guys that you claim to be your friends. That you mischaracterize arguments. That you sit on the fence and do this weird thing where you say, hey, this is totally wrong, but it could be right. All that. There it is. There's your evidence. If you want to pretend that's not there, that's fine with me. I don't have to know you. You don't have to know me. That's the second thing I agree with.
Yes, I said how ridiculous it was to act like me mentioning the dress pic somehow led to the OnlyFans leak. I mean, what an absolutely absurd comment.
How would that possibly be absurd? Now, you're not directly responsible for it. Once they know it's out there, they're going to check. How is that absurd?
Also, it's not just that.
The amount
you were
of
told not to leak something.
You were told not to leak it.
Leaked it.
It's a mega stream. There's tons of fucking trolls in there. They're going to hunt it down. Now, it may have come out in fairness to Chud, it may have come out anyway. But, I mean, to sit there and play dumb about that it didn't speed it along. And, like, good, fuck Bobacks. It has nothing to do with Bobacks' privacy that you've completely been misstating. It has everything to fucking do with somebody told you not to do it, you did, and then you played dumb. That's it.
Hey, just came to say it's totally ridiculous that it's tied to the OnlyFans, as there's nothing to do with that.
Yeah,
at all.
there's like no fucking relation to it.
I'm not saying no. You're told no. I mean, come on. They're gonna search it out first. I completely disagree.
No, they didn't have to search anything. Boblax leaked it on stream himself. It has nothing to do with anything you're talking about right
You
now.
don't think you disagree with me? Oh God, you don't think you're
Yes, 100%.
I don't know.
He leaked his own. He leaked his own.
Yeah,
email
all right.
on stream.
Yeah,
Has
all right.
nothing
He
to
leaked.
do with anyone else.
All right. He leaked his own fucking thing. 100%. But I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, it might have slipped by.
He said, catfished by a 17-year-old boy, is what he said.
You were. It's literally true. Oh, now he's trying to twist it back. You were. That's true. When you heard he was 18, you bounced. You got fucked over. But you were. Hey, look. You can't sit there and say it's fucking funny for me to be mooching off my wife and can take the pants. And if I could sit there catfished by a 17-year-old boy, and that's fucking true, and get all offended by that and try to say like I'm calling you a nunce. It seems like you're kind of turning it around. It seems like you're changing lanes here. The one thing we agree on, you're gonna try to get back. You're calling me a nunce.
I don't know if I think on stream or not, I think is probably my new position on this.
Fair enough.
Think previous to this, I would have been willing to have a private conversation to hash this out. But now it's got to be public if we're going to have
Why would
one.
I have it? Like, I sit there, I publicly declare that I don't trust you. And then you want to have a private or public conversation. Why would you think I would want one? I don't get that. I look like a total fraud if I say you're not trustworthy and then I say, oh, okay, you are.